following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. They can tell me how we can do it together. When we look to the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher. Wonder when it does now come Rex. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
Blessings, blessings, my people. Let me just, of course, add melting pot to the studio. Well, what I want to say to all my subscribers and listeners, all the persons who are tuning in from home and abroad, right? Big up on yourself, right, for another interesting live, right? As always, let me just, big up some of the people in our chat, right? As always, Carly Bunks, bless up yourself, right? At MNC45778, bless up yourself this morning. And Beverly, right? Bless up yourself. Veronica, right? Sonia, and of course, the people start to tune in. Right. Bless up yourself, Legris. Blessings to you all. Now, Jamaica, and for all those persons who are coming in, right, while this session is going on, I want to say we all appreciate you all, and we are saying an umbrella welcome to you all. Without any further ado, let me just have Brother Melting Pot meet and greet his wonderful sisters and brothers as always. Melting Pot.
Yes, Brother Byron. Greetings and blessings as usual. To everyone, you don't know the Mystic Sensation family. Yes, man. Good afternoon, people in Jamaica, United States, Canada. Good evening to the people tuning in UK. This is the Mystic Sensation live afternoon. So you don't know, so right now, come with us set the record straight. Big up the family them down in a ground zero as usual, yeah? And big up everyone in the chat. Yeah. People in the chat is so important. Them keep the energy.
All right. So that is Melting Pot. Okay. That is Melting Pot.
To my people. Go ahead, Sir Byron. You're saying something?
Okay, no, just go ahead, Melting Pot.
Yeah, to my people, I'm in the Kingston 13 and 11 region, especially 2 Mile Union Yard, Dean Avenue, Oakland Road, Oakland Crescent, enough respect with Town, Maxfield, Greenwich Farm, same speed, yeah. All the whole of Walter Mites, them big up on yourself in a Melting Pot so that, love on us straight, yeah. Enough respect, over to the host.
All right, thank you, Melting Pot. Thank you. Let me just address, right, all my listeners. And once again, I want to say, a big umbrella welcome to you all. And we are not going to waste your time as it relates to you coming over here and you are not getting 100% truthfulness, right? We ensure that our investigation, right, is solid base, and we always use resourceful material, right, from reputable source to defend anything in terms of what we are saying. Now, I want to say before we go any further, right, as it relates to Mia Motley, one more for democratic socialism. And I want to say, big respect to Sister Mia Motley to keep the flag of democratic socialism, raising the flag in the Caribbean. We know, as it relates to Mia Motley, win, right? Donald Trump doesn't like it. We know for sure that Andrew Holness doesn't like it. And somebody who I am going to address this morning, right? Former Commissioner of Police, right? We are going to address him this morning because he also doesn't like it. Former Commissioner of Police Mark Shields will be addressing you this morning, sir, for truthfulness, right? And your will to keep crony capitalism alive. And we'll be addressing you this morning with facts that we'll be bringing to you this morning over your lie, right? And wanting to preserve, right, crony capitalism and a kleptocratic government. But let us get into Mia Motley's celebration. And I'm just going to just play Mia Motley for 5 minutes, right? One of our, such a tremendous leader, someone who lead in the interest of of her people, not in the interest of her pocket, right? And Mia Motley is that person, a Michael Manley like, right? A PJ Patterson like, a Portia Simpson like, right? A Mark Golden like, right? Defending democratic socialism. And we are saying to you this morning, Mia Motley, right? We love you. Keep up the good work for democratic socialism, shining that bright light in the Caribbean as it relates to the message that you stand for. And you cannot be used as a political spawn, right? Continue your hard work, right, as it relates to your leadership. Your leadership is exceptional, right? The real third term, not fake third term, the real third term. Now let us, share a little piece of what democratic socialism feels like with Mia Motley secured her third term victory, real third term victory, not one that she has to steal, right? Kudos goes to you, Mia Motley.
Happen in this country today. I want to be clear that we are still waiting on one result. We do not have two of our members here who are trying to get through, I suspect, the density of traffic and audience. I speak of Kerry Simmons. Kerry isn't here yet, right? 3, I speak of Kay McConney, and I can speak also of Sonia Brown and Dwight Sutherland. But I'm reliably informed that all 4 of them will be the members of Parliament for St. James Central, the members of Parliament for St. George South, the member of Parliament for St. Philip North, and the member of Parliament for St. Philip West. We have one more result to come. And on my last count, he is ahead by 186 votes. I speak, of course, of Neil Rowe. But if you know me, you know that I do not count the chickens before they are hatched. But I do not also want to keep you here much longer. The hour is late, and most of you reported for duty at 5 o'clock this morning. Yesterday morning. You are now doing almost
22 hours. And I am appreciative of that fact. But I want to talk and say a few things. We stood here in 2018, and I promised you then that we would work hard to stabilize this country, that we would do the difficult things, and we did them. We thought we could move to a growth path almost immediately, but COVID had other plans for us. And rather than a growth plan, we went from mission critical to mission survival. And regrettably, some of our friends and family did not make it. It is really only in the last 2.5 years that we have started mission transformation. And it is to this that this Barbados Labour Party government is committed. We did not come simply to hold office. We have come to make Barbados better and to make your lives better.
Take it away. Take it away. Right? Mia Motley is there, political representation, that he is there to make her people's lives better, not PR. Now, likewise, as it relates to what Mia Motley said, Jamaica, today we are on a mission, a survival mission. And we have to acknowledge, we have to recognize it, that unless we call a spade, unless we call out the corruption, the problem that we have as it relates to our political future, as it relates to building our generation, as it relates to achieve prosperity, we have to fight corruption. My Jamaican people, as you know, Andrew Holness is that corruption that we are fighting. Likes like Mark Shields is the corruption that we are fighting. Attitude and behavior like Donald Trump is what we are fighting. We are fighting for the respect for people, common decency, common good, respect for all human beings. Ensure that opportunities spread equally and every single Jamaican can be treated as a stakeholder in the economy. That is what democratic socialism is for. And we said to Mia Motley, kudos on your achievement. A third term, significant to the growth of our Caribbean. And we thank you, Sister Motley, for sending this one a bright light in the Caribbean for democratic socialism. We don't want the Caribbean basin to be contaminated by crony capitalism. Now let us begin in terms of what we are talking about. So yes, Mark Shield, I want to address you and your lying lips that you came out and you want to defend Andrew Holness' administration, speaking your lies. But we are going to show the evidence that, of course, you are a part of the crony capitalist. And this morning, we come to say no to you. We are going to push forward as it relates to democratic socialism. No to you and Andrew Holness. Now, let us play this clip as it relates to Mark Shield want to rebut us because that is the reason why you come out. You want to rebut us in terms of what we are saying on social media, that we are lying. We are not lying. We are speaking the truth. And we are showing, right, all resourceful data that we had gathered. We don't speak on things that we know nothing about. Everything that we speak on this platform, we can defend it. We tell all of them and those who try and want to say our platform dealing with propaganda. We say no to them this morning, and we are going to show, right, the truth. Now, let me say this to Jamaica, and let me say this to Mark Shield, and I'm going to show the people. Between 2024, Mark Shield, and 2025, it is an embarrassing year for the Jamaica Labour Party. I am going to show the evidence where the Integrity Commission investigators had sent more than 200 reports to Parliament. And what you guys don't want to tell people, that I'm going to tell them this morning, and I'm going to not only telling them this morning, I am going to show them that over 70 cases are currently in the process for prosecution. You keeping this from the public is what wrong. You keeping this from the public is ultimate wrong. Over 200 cases of corruption being tabled in the Parliament, and over 70 cases in closed doors being prosecuted in the court today. How many Jamaicans know that? I am going to show you the evidence. Now step up, Mark Shield. Let me hear what you have to say. Step up. The people want to hear what you have to say. You're coming out defending Andrew Holness' administration, right? If you defend an administration like this, Mark Shield, you have criminal mind. Let us play.
A former Deputy Commissioner of Police is this evening reacting to the Jamaica Constabulary Force's decision to establish a specialized investigations branch. The move follows a major shakeup at the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime branch, CTOC. Mark Shields believes the move should be seen more than an attempt to regain public trust. Anthony Lugg has more in this primetime news follow-up.
The establishment of the Special Investigations Branch comes on the heels of the reassignment of several senior officers assigned to CTOC following a multi-million-dollar cocaine seizure at headquarters. The development has sparked widespread public interest, with some Jamaicans questioning whether the changes go far enough and to address concerns of accountability and public trust. Mark Shields is a former deputy commissioner.
I think that generally speaking, the public at large in Jamaica have more confidence in the police than they probably ever have in the last 20, 30 years. I think that the timing in terms of the demise of CTOG, I believe, but I do not know, that this would have been planned some time ago, because Dr. Kevin Blake will be looking at modernisation and restructuring. You don't do that overnight. This is a major policy change and a major reorganisation with staff, buildings, equipment, etc. So I think that it's really a bigger picture rather than focusing on one particular incident.
In a release on Sunday, the JCF said the creation of the special investigation.
You understand? Every word that comes out of your mouth, Mark Shield, you're a liar from the pit of hell. What you want to say to Jamaica? That under Andrew Holness' administration, under Kevin Blake, that the Jamaican people have more trust for the police than ever before. And so then now Andrew Holness must be recognized on the top of the light post, that his administration gained the trust of the Jamaican people. Mark Shields, you are wicked and lie. You're a liar from the pit of hell. Let me ask you a question, Mark Shields. Have you done any poll? Have you gone into the street of Jamaica? Have you collect that data, that gather that information to tell you that based on your investigation, based on your polling, that you have discovered that majority of the Jamaicans place trust in the police today, and majority of the Jamaicans, right, view the Andrew Holness leadership, right, to be an excellent one. You are a demons, Mark Shield from the Peterfeld. So then you and your wife come to preserve the status quo of corruption. Let me ask you again a question. Have you done a polling? No, you have not. Well, guess what, Mark Shield? Mystic Sensation have done his research. And I'm going to show the Jamaican people that this administration, when it comes to the trust and confidence in the police, majority of Jamaican people have no trust in the police. You're coming out with your damn lie. We are going to show the people the real data that done by Dan Anderson. Are you a licensed police? No. So where did you get that from? Where did you get that from? You have seen where Andrew Holness and Kevin Blake had turned CTAC in a cocaine distribution hub. And that's a fact. So probably, Mark Shields, you didn't hear this audio. Let me replay this audio again for you to hear this. And then this is coming from one of your top brass police in your force, in Kevin's Blake force, in Andrew police force, one of the top brass investigator. So listen to what he said, Mark Shields. Please play the audio. Listen to what he says, Mark Shields. Me I talk to you this morning, you dirty liar. Eh? You and your wife don't make one misinformation and
black radio I say. When me hear from good for a now. When see that do. Let me tell you something. This is the start of what is to come. I tell you. Transfer the start of what is to come. Me say America is demanding strong action. A 5,000 kilogram of coat the man ain't getting. Carrying 1,000 and take a 4. And the 1,000 within can still can account for it. Then blunder in everywhere. And narcotics supposed to be the storekeeper for all drugs. Them the quantity. Far less than that much as them there. And me say the man go watch some footage. And way back from last year. Man I sell coca sita coffee like you sell flour. A corner shop. Country road just go there 3 months ago by house cash at home. One of the man at me say buy 2 X8. I mean say the Colombian say it won't go like that. Well, they blunder big time. They blunder big time.
Take it away. So let me ask you a question, Mark Shield. Do you know of any other administration? Do you know of any other administration where police officers using CTAC as a distribution hub, as according to one of your men, as it relates to the police? One of Andrew Holness police officer, right, is saying that you can partially go to CTAC and buy a kilo of cocaine like you're buying a pound of flour at a corner shop. Did you hear that from us? You heard that from one of your men. So let me ask you a question, Mark Shield. In which other administration this had happened? Talk to us, Mark Shield. In which other administration that had happened. This is how vicious people like you are. This is how lie and deceitful with the misinformation and disinformation. But I curse you back to the pit of hell. Let me show you now, real police Dan Anderson, what Dan Anderson is saying. And not only Dan Anderson is saying it. So Mark Shield, if you listen to me now, look on what I'm going to show you. Look. So next time you run out, do your research before you come out and speak out of your damn lied lips. Do your research. This is how lie and deceitful people like you are. Do your damn research. Right? Don't come to Jamaica and stay in Jamaica like that. Go back to England and do that in England. Go and tell your lies in England. Damn piece of devil from the pit of hell. You, Mark Shields. Look on the evidence that we are going to use this morning. Out of order, bright. Andrew Holness administration. That people have more trust in the police. People have more trust in the police. Well, look, let me give you evidence. I hope you are here to read it. Let me give you evidence. Right? You go out and do the research like, oh, Dan Anderson go out and do the research on this. And this was done July 3rd, 2025, Mark Shield. Where is your research? You come out with a pit of lies, a lying, damn lying lips. Come back to England. Right? Just in our country and just trying to muddy up the water. Right? You're trying to make our people suffer. That is what you're doing by wanting to endorse a criminal party. That is what you're doing because you want the Jamaican people to suffer. I don't care if you married a black woman. You understand? We know your mind. We know your mentality. And that's why you come out this man. That's why you come out to the lie. Here it is. Here the evidence. The trust deficit and the crisis of confidence in the JCF. Look at that, Mark Shields. Why never do your research? You come out telling lie. Why never do your research? The recent revelations of the Dan Anderson poll commissioned by the RJR Gleaner in June 2025 present an uncomfortable paradox for Jamaica. Have you heard that, Mark Shield? Huh? Okay, let me answer. This is head boy.
It's on your device.
It's okay, all right. Head boy, how you doing, head boy?
I'm good. You're not live, right?
Yes, I'm live. Oh, you want to come on? You want to speak to me off here? Or you want to speak?
Yeah, because I wanted to run something by you, but I wanted to give you the opportunity first before I say.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. All right. Give me a shout now when we come on for the live here.
Okay.
Bless.
I think I can say.
All right, Ed boys. Let me let you through so you can speak. Yes, Ed boy, go ahead.
Right. You know that, and I hope I'm not changing the context of the show too much, right?
Yes.
But I remember the first person to bring some attention to this Silvera matter, right?
Yes.
It would have been yourself and Wayne Lonesome.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, you know, there are some questionable things that arise in this case that I don't think the general public is aware of. Yeah?
Yes.
And I think it warrants us asking some questions. But one of the first questions, right, Brother Brian, that I'd want to ask, because you would have known about the issue with the phone record because you brought that to the public with Wayne Lonesome.
Yes.
Yeah? And with the phone record showing Melissa Silvera leaving the group, but yes, though the DSL said that they had no record of the phone number.
Yes.
And even though there is a bill that was present in her name and listing the address.
Exactly.
So that is one of the. But the first question I want to raise is in relation to Fitzgerald's statement that when he went to the house, that they were attempting to do repairs. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But if you see the before pictures, one would warrant, if we know anything about Jamaica, when people have dead yard, people come in your house.
Yes.
Yeah? And even the furniture they claim that were removed. They were removed to bring in new furniture in the house.
Yes.
Because you have a dead yard, people coming. Yeah?
Yes.
People going come, sometimes people come really to be in one section and they end up going in other sections of your house. That's how we Jamaicans typically do when we're having those things.
Yes.
Now the first question, right? And I want to set some context that some people don't understand. Melissa Silvera and Joel and Silvera, right? They had been experiencing marital difficulties. It's no secret. Yeah? It's no secret. Now, since July 2023, Joel had moved out of the residence with Miss Silvera. You get that, mister?
Yes, man. I'm listening to you, keenly, head boy.
Right. Let me mute this thing in my background because I was listening to Malay, man,
Okay.
And then when I speak the thing, I saw you on.
Yes.
So despite so he had not been residing at the house. He had been staying with a friend, with a female friend, which I think was the lady the police picked up. Yeah?
Exactly.
Now, the other one is, despite not residing there, as a father, I'm go there morning time to get the children ready, help her get the children ready for school, because at the end of the day, still his kids.
Yes.
Now, and he would return in the evening, but he did not sleep at the residence. That's one. Now, one of the questions I want to ask, on Friday, November the 10th, 2023, I don't know if you remember. You remember there was a bomb scare at Hillel Academy?
Yes.
So that is before Melissa Silvera died. Right?
Yes.
There was a bomb scare at Hillel Academy, and Jordan had picked up the boys from school, and he spent a day at his sister's house where they prepared the Christmas tree, because obviously Christmas was coming on. And it is said that approximately about 6 p.m., right? Jordan left his sister's house and returned to the residence with the boys. Later that evening, he and his wife, then his wife asked him to go purchase some nuts and something for her to drink. So he went up to Stonehill, with many people know sometimes we'll see him up there. That's where his barber is. So he went up to the town of Stonehill. Now, these are the questions that we must ask. The following supports that he left the residence. The boy's statements confirmed to the police that Jordan had left the house after he came and gave the wife whatever. Yeah? Whatever she asked him to buy, which would have been the nuts and some juice. Yeah? Then, when Melissa was on the phone with an individual who asked where Jordan was, and Melissa responded that he had left a long time ago. I want to pause right there, Byron.
Yes.
Right? Because I know you're an investigator. If it is that you have why we can't know who was the last person Melissa Silvera spoke to before she died?
Exactly, because that would now give us a time frame of the window of her death.
Exactly, and that is missing. Because remember, as you and Lonesome would have brought to the attention of the public, that her records phone was deleted. It left the group, right? But Digicel claimed that that phone number never existed.
This is what you are saying. We have awareness, right, of that issue, but it goes to the point in terms of Digicel denying or trying to conceal that evidence, right?
Exactly.
What is the motive? And
Well,
under which influence that Digicel want to do that?
and when you look at it in a Byron, it says to you, and I know people are going to say, but the gentleman be guilty. What you have to say about it? Yeah? And I know people are going to say that, but people don't understand. That one, I think one of the hardest thing for somebody in yourself is if you, and I'm not here to say whether or not Mr. Silvera is guilty or innocent.
Yes.
Yeah? But at the end of the day, if you feel that you are innocent, right? Let's look at some of the actions which says that you would know when somebody guilty or them innocent. Remember, after that happened, on the morning of the 11th, right? Jordan received a call from one of his sons. Yeah?
Yes.
That something was wrong with their mother and she was not moving. Right? At that time, Jordan was already on his way to the house, which was be typical in the morning for him to go up there and get the children ready.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, when he arrived, he observed, based upon what I'm told, the door was open and the bedroom screen had been cut. We don't hear nothing about that. Have you heard anything from the police about that?
No, there are some very serious questions as it relates to what I have. And let me show you some of the things that are coming out. And then at one point you hear this sort of narration out into the public, because at one point you heard about fragmentation of bullets, you understand, that were found in the vaginal cavity area. And then it shifted from fragments, right, of bullet in the vaginal cavity area, right, and then, right, those 3 bullets, right, were on the leg and abdomen. So these conflicting reports coming out. And remember, as it relates to the fragmentation of bullets that found in the vaginal cavity area, you understand, was first reported on by NNN news media, which
Right.
it's not a credible medium to get information from, but that's where, right, that source of information came from, and then it sort of switched, and it just, the whole thing just confusing, right, to say the least. But one of the things that I will be trying to dig into is that, as it relates to that sort of telephone conversation in terms of the last person who Melissa had spoken to, and the time frame that would now give a time frame that, after that communication, the death would be after. And
Well,
then
I could tell you that I have the name. I have the name of the individual she spoke to.
wow,
Yeah?
wow.
Right?
So
And that is why I asked the question, where is that conversation? Where is that record to show that with the last person she communicated with? But let me go even further, Mystic.
Yes.
Which will then confirm you're talking about in terms of the fragments. Right? But to set the events, remember, after which person would be calling down the whole of the Jamaica Labour Party MPs that he knows personally to say, can you speed up an autopsy if he was guilty? I'm just using that as an analogy. Yes?
yes,
Because if you know you do something, why would you call your most hated so-called enemies politically? Yeah? To help you. Wouldn't you call your other friends who you think would help you?
all right. But put it this way, Ed Boy. Mr. Silvera weapon is a 9mm. I want you to follow me on this web, Head Boy.
Correct. Yes.
Right? 3 bullets from a 9mm, depending on, I might be, put it this way, let us use the distance, right, that measure the normal standard of a room, right? And we are going to use one of the big room, a 14 by 14. So let us just imagine a 14 by 14 bedroom, right? And the 3 bullets rang out. Number one, the decibel sound wave of that bullet, right, is going to be very loud. There is no way that decibel sound wave, you understand, is going to be utilized right into that room, and it doesn't. If the little boys are sleeping, they, that wouldn't wake them, or certain things. Now, when you look at that, it is 3 bullets, 3 bullets, right? So that means he fired 3 times. He fired repeatedly. Now,
that sound at some point you must hear the sound.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. And then, what puzzled me, right, is to the fact that the first investigator went there. From 3 bullets, 9mm bullet, and, you know, said, all right, into my best way in terms of how I want to put it, right? You did not see that large splatter of blood? Or large pool of blood?
Because the uterus is there and it's highly vascular, so
yes,
there would be lots and lots of blood.
Right. That is correct. That's correct.
Oh, can that, Edward, I'm saying, well, on the Edward, yes, well, on the Edward.
To buttress the point that you're saying,
yes.
Let's set the dates in context, right? Remember that when the initial autopsy which was done, right? So after getting the date, it was assigned as an autopsy date, December the 1st. Now, when the husband went to Tranquility with his brother-in-law to see what had happened, he heard from that autopsy that this was about gunshot.
Yes.
When she left that, according to the statements, we don't know how true it is enough. Remember now, I was not there, I was not present, I'm going by information. Yes?
Yes.
According to the statements we're hearing, when she left there, as you are now saying, if a 9mm was involved, there must be some scene of blood. Yeah? There must be. So now, December the 1st, when they did the autopsy now, right, that was when the husband found out that it was a gun was involved, and he himself collapsed.
Exactly.
Because then you remember, and then it's the 16th. No, they took his on the 16th, right? He surrendered his firearm. No, if you believe you find out that from the first I'm gun involved and you involved, why you never go hide? Why you never go through it too?
All right. Look here, Ed Boy. I am going to respond to Jeffrey Gray 90. Jeffrey Gray 90 said that was a lie. Remember, they said the children saw the blood. Now, this now is going to now have me ask some serious questions.
Right.
So then if the children had seen the blood and the investigator got to the scene, why the investigator hide that information?
Exactly.
Why? So I'm just saying this for Jeffrey to think about it. If the children had seen the blood, why the children? Why did that was not, you understand, made aware by the investigator who was there on the scene, and why it has to wait 3 weeks later that the pathologist is going to discover that she was shot. So then, if I'm an investigator, hold on, Ed Boy. If I'm an investigator, right, and I went there and I saw the bleeding, you can't tell me nothing about sudden death. You can't tell me nothing about sudden death, you know. That is going to trigger me definitely. You understand? Number one, I am going to call in the forensic team right away.
Yes.
So how does that make sense? That if the children saw the blood, the investigator who got there did not see the blood, this did not make mention into the first investigator report.
Exactly.
So how does that make sense?
But remember where the body was dated to. Remember this when the 16th, you know, right? Remember after they claim that the bullets, whatever fragmentation was found.
Yes.
Remember that she was moved from Tranquility to Archer Funeral Home.
Hold on. So are you saying during an investigation, the body has been moved from one funeral home to the next funeral home? That's not supposed to be done.
Remember when she left the house, it was Tranquility who came for her. Yeah?
This is crazy, man.
The first autopsy, right?
Yeah.
Upon doing that first autopsy, where he discovered now, according to them, that she was shot. Remember that body had left Tranquility. Archer demanded the body when it went to Tranquility, you know?
Archer demand the body.
And who linked to
Yes.
Archer?
And who linked to Archer? Me know you ain't go home on that.
I have Mystic.
Yes.
I am telling people, I am not here to defend anyone. I am here to ask people to engage their brain and look at some facts which just don't make any sense. Yeah? And it is simple.
Exactly.
But one more thing around that, right?
Yes.
If now on the 16th you take my firearm, right? Remember, you know, you have my firearm from the 16th. Yeah? Then I surrendered the firearm. When did you charge me?
Well,
You never charged me until way down. So all of that, the custody. Who had the custody of my firearm?
All right, but hold on the venting. Hold on the head boy. Right? If you seize my firearm from when, right, and you did not charge me until the pathologist report, it goes back to show you again, as it relates to the first investigator, right, that what happened to the blood. Because if I went there and I saw blood, right, I am not going to just look on this as a sudden death case, that she died in her sleep and bleeding. What caused the bleeding? What is the source of the bleeding?
Exactly. And as an
So how does this make sense?
You have to separate it. You have to look at what the facts are, and what lies before you. But you see what I see happening in this matter. I have two more questions, right?
Yes.
They said there was blood on the mattress, right? Right? There was blood. Obviously, if somebody dies of a natural cause, and it was not to the level of where. And first of all, in Jamaica we have a culture, right? Remember that, Mr. People might be putting Mr. Silver to be an uptown man. The man is a countryman. Don't watch his skin color. Yeah? He's the child of a poor farmer from St. Mary. Yeah? So don't watch the skin color. Now, if you look at it, the tradition in St. Mary, and particularly in the rural parts of Jamaica, if somebody dead on your bed, you dash with the bed. Am I lying?
You're perfectly right. Come in and sleep on dead bed, you know.
Come in and sleep on
right.
So it was on that basis I am made to understand that was why those were removed. But here are the lies. When Fitzbailey claimed to the media that when he went to the place, there was advanced state of construction, right? And replacement of tiles. That's a lie. You know the thing what them call the floor vinyl?
Yes.
Huh? Okay, that's what because the house, you know, when you just do the building and you don't render, you don't fix this floor, you just render it, rough dress it as we say.
Yes.
Right? Or rough gas. So they never had anything on the floor like that. So they decided to install the thing because they would have had people come there.
Exactly.
So when you but Fitz Bailey made it look as if there was movement. Remember the man said he saw evidence of tiles being removed, but no tile did it.
Mighty God.
No, I am privy to something else, and I want to ask you this question. Right? Now, there are telecommunications and digital records concerns, because when you look, and you just highlighted it, when you look, there was a bomb scare at Hillel on the 10th, yeah? And multiple persons saw Melissa using her phone with somebody who I will keep the name for now, because I'll share the name with you, Mistake.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
I'll keep the name for now. And where question remains, right? Where are the November 10 call logs? Why do the records reflect no activity there on November 9? Where are the billing statements prior to November 9? And why does Digicel report that they have no record of her number? Melissa's phone and the boy's phone were initially removed after they arrested Jordan. Right?
Something is not right. I am not.
They took the phone.
Yes. You know, Melting, well, I keep on saying Melting Pot. Head boy, you and I, we are not here that we are taking up for Sylvester.
No.
But I mean, but when Silvera, sorry. But when we look at the case, right, nothing seems to be straightforward.
And that is okay. If it were a case, as you know the law, if it were a case that this was an open and short case, why did they allow the plea?
Okay. Okay.
I have no more to say on that, you know.
All right.
I'm just asking that. More than asking.
Very good question. Very good. Because if the prosecution have their case locked tight, why the prosecutor didn't go for straight murder as opposed to giving a plea? Why?
Because remember, you know, you pointed out something that I don't think people are aware of. The so-called fragments. Right?
Exactly.
I want to ask, is it a 9mm fragment or 22? And how can
All right.
fragment be reflected? You know weapons. You can everything have its own signature and one stamp.
Yes.
Yeah?
That
No matter what you do.
That again is also conflicting, Ed boy. You hear some saying it is a 22, right? Fragment, right? Some is saying a 9mm. What is it? What is it? Is it a 22? Is it a 9mm? What is it?
It's a 22. Based upon the information we have seen and heard, it's a 22. So that in itself, no. They're saying, no, I know about weapons, and I know you cannot put a 22 in a 9M. The reason for it, the caliber that it uses. First of all, you're not going to get the effect. That's one.
And number one, it cannot fit in the breech. It cannot. Don't even go further. It cannot fit in the breech, and it cannot fit in the magazine cap. Yeah.
There's no usage have there. Yeah?
Exactly.
There's no usage have there. So that is why we ask the question. The chain of custody of her body must be taken into consideration, because if it were even that case, let's say Mr. Silvera is guilty, he used his weapon, but where on God's earth could you use a 9? How can a 22 fit in a 9M?
And then the other question, Ed boy, why the body was had moved from one funeral home to the next funeral home? Why was that?
And remember too, that this had been right around the time when mysteriously nobody in Jamaica know that these people were actually the ones in charge of taking the bodies in Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine, you know. Yeah? Remember, nobody had known that, you know, until I think it would have been laid down that early 2024. Yeah?
Yes.
That we were privy to the fact that, and it was a lady who had come out on the news complaining that she living in Kingston and she had failed in Kingston to come check up on her family member of Archer. You remember that story?
Exactly.
And the lady was really livid about it. So I am really asking some serious questions here. And you know, I don't want to dwell on this too much now because I think much has been said on this.
Yeah.
Because my simple point is just to ask people to engage their brain. You know,
Exactly.
when you have children, Mystic, there comes a time when Bush father would want their children to live as an orphan. Just think about it. Yeah? None would. And I think based upon what I have seen and heard so far, it is obvious that there's some elements at play. Not saying that Mr. Silvera is innocent, not saying that he's guilty. Yeah? But I'm saying that there's some elements at play which is, as the Bible says, some serious principalities and powers. Yeah? And rulers of darkness in high places. These I have never seen. I trust me, Mystic. I'm literally now afraid to have any form of engagement with the state of Jamaica.
Whoa.
Because based upon what I am privy to, these people can analyze you and set up whatever evidence they want on you.
Sadir, you hear it, boy?
You've never heard me speak this way before because I've always had the highest regard for our national security apparatus. Even when them not do a good work, even when the commissioner is worthless,
Yeah.
I've always held them in still high regard, hoping that they would have come back to their senses.
All right.
When you have a state that has become a military police state, right? Almost, you realize what's happening. The Prime Minister is taking more power onto himself, you know. And I don't think people realize, even in the spending, they want to bypass local government and move everything to central government. This is akin to an administration, and people in an administration who are authoritatives and
Yes.
will go at any lengths to deal with their opponents. As I go, Mystic, I ask one question. Did people remember that in Barbican, there was a analyzing of a man? Yes? Do you remember that case?
Not quite well. Go further. Let me.
In a lawyer's house.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. First the lawyer's house. We all know.
Exactly.
All right.
I ask the question now, and this is going to be a bombshell question. In the presence in that house when the man was unalive, was there a sitting MP from the Jamaica Labour Party in that house?
Huh. Boy, head boy. And what you ask it to be over your head boy?
I ask again. The DPP has had the file from 2017. Am I correct? From 2017.
You are correct, sir.
That file.
You are correct, sir.
And I'm asking, who was the MP who was present in that house when the man was unalive?
And before you go, let me leave this with you. Here it is that the DPP charged Silvera, right? Then why it is that Patrick Bailey cannot be charged? Number one, there was no breaking entry, right? There was no tampering. Both men were inside. It is Patrick Bailey's kitchen knife.
Three men were inside.
You said three. You said three. You understand? You're going to have to talk to me after the year. Talk to me after the year.
No, I talk to you after the year.
All right. Yeah, man.
Except as I go,
Talk to me after the year with that.
I asked one question. One more question. Is it the reason why some people want to be at certain ministries where they have what is called a diplomatic passport, so they are protected?
Whoa.
Call nobody names.
But foot.
I will talk to you after the year.
All right, Ed boy. Walk good.
All the best, my brother.
Walk good. What a bangarang people. But it is very serious that we look into these things, right? Silvera has been charged, and Patrick Bailey cannot be charged, right? Both men locked away in Patrick Bailey's home. Patrick Bailey's kitchen knife used to inflict over 21 stab wounds. Can you imagine the screaming that was taking place? People, can you imagine the screaming? If you have to stab him 21 times, that means that there was some resistance in the people. Look at what I'm saying. 21 times. Right? Because it's not like just stab him one time and him just dead. Right? Juke him up. Can you imagine? So the man is not going to absorb them, sort of stop there and just silent and not saying anything. Eh? Look at that, people. After 21 stab, the man also get a gunshot wound to the forehead. And let us ask a question. Who has a licensed firearm there? Patrick Bailey. And let me ask the final question. Has he been interrogated? No. Let me ask another question. Is the DPP of any interest to pursue that matter? No. You know what? We can move on onto this program. Because to the program we want to light them up. Now, let me get back to this piece of all junk. Mark Shields. You let me get back to this piece of all junk. Mark Shields. Now, even though official crime statistics show measurable declines in homicide as according to what them plan and tell lie, and serious crimes, public trust in the Jamaica Constabulary Force remains very low. Did you hear that, Mark Shield? Dan Anderson report this, Mark Shield. This is Dan Anderson who went out there and collected the data and is reporting now to you, Mark Shields, who come out and tell life and Jonas. The survey, right? Listen, Mark Shield. The survey found that most Jamaicans lie at Mark Shields. Listen, most Jamaicans, 49.6%, were not all confident, and 26.2% are slightly confident, and 23.4% in the ability of the police to combat crime. However, only 10.2% said they were very confident. You hear that, Mark Shields? So you want now convert the 10.2 to 49.6? And that you want to do? Come out to the dirty lie itself. You and Emily Shields are the same thing, you know. The two of them, they drive a narrative, you understand, as it relates to protecting a criminal government. Now, beyond current crime trends, this discrepancy between operational statistics and public sentiments reveals deep structural and psychological fault lines within the Jamaica's social contract. Take that away on it. So I can show you evidence. We don't just come over here, so. You understand? A mystic sensation, this, you're out and bright. We don't just come out and, you understand, and loose in what we are saying. The people who follow it over here, they are over here because they want the truth and they know that we are going to present the facts. Let me show you, Mark Shields. I don't want you to move yet. Stand up, Mark Shields. Let me show you other source of information as it relates to AI, Google searching many websites to show you. Stand up. Let me beat up on the lie where you tell you come out and defend Andrew and say out and bright. Now go to page 1. Let us show them. Increase that to 200. Over here, so. You understand? We don't do trouble over here, so. Right? And the people them still shot me search. See the Google. The people them still shot me search. Key findings and trust in the JCF. Look, bulletin point number 1, low confidence level. At June 2025, Dan Anderson poll revealed that 49.6%. See it refer back. That's why I tell people that when you are searching people, use the Google search engine and the AI overview so that it brings up all the websites, right? Where this is, and this is a perfect example in what I'm talking about. You see the first document that I read, see it summons the first document website here, see it here, and make the reflection of the 49.6% of Dan Anderson reading. That's why when you are doing your research, do the Google search via Google search engine. Bulletin point number 2, regional disparities. Trust in is exceptional low in specific areas. Yeah, hear that, Mark Shields? A late 2023 study. This is not done on this study, no, you know, a different study. In St. James found that only 20% of residents trusted the police. You hear that? You hear that, liar Mark Shields? Dirty liar Mark Shields. You hear that? 80% not trust the police. 80% liar Mark Shields. Disinformation and misinformation Mark Shields. You hear that? 80% in St. James don't trust the police. Now, safety perception, despite official reports of declining 12-year low crime rate because of the lie and tell, 59.8% of respondents in a recent study felt less safe in their homes compared to 5 years ago. Do you hear that, Mark Shields? But you run come out with a nasty mouth. Run come out with a nasty mouth. You go back in. Anytime Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot run out, you try to go back in, you know. You try to creep and go back under the stone. Come in, know what you come out, you know. What make you come out? If you come protect the status quo of criminality, you go back under your stone. You know who out in the social media, you're out and bright. You have to face Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot out and lonesome. You're out harder. You think we do PR around us up? We don't do tabloid around us up. See it? Impact of brutality and corruption. And that you try to hide? Impact of brutality and corruption. High profile scandals, including the 2022 Senton gun rental scheme and continued allegations of fatal shootings by police have severely damaged the force reputation. You go with that, Mark Shields. Run come out to the dirty, nasty, liar lips. You understand? Your wife upon the left at the propaganda machine and tell lie. And you upon the right at the propaganda machine, they tell lie. Who you think you can fool? Every day of fear, you know. You understand? You never know, so we're there in this space. Yes, we are in this space. Now we can give them some more years. So look upon this again, people. Historical legacy. The JCF roots as a colonial tool for social control rather than community protection have fostered an occupier versus occupied dynamic in marginalized communities. I like that. Under reporting and fear, this just leads to a vicious cycle where citizens are afraid or unwilling to report crimes or act as witness, resulting in many unsolved cases. Lack of accountability. Investigations into police misconduct are now. Uno put Patrick Bailey in front of the court. And now uno interrogate Patrick Bailey, including fatal shootings, are often perceived as slow or ineffective, leading to a feeling of impunity. Broken body cam protocol. Despite the requirement, many fatal shootings by security forces are not recorded on body-worn camera. Further eroding trust. Take it away on it. So, Mr. Mark Shields, when you run out and you go upon your mainstream media who are censored, who Andrew Owners make sure that him have the agencies under him office to censor them. You can't censor we. And we know how to search and get the truth. And so that when you run out with your lies, me and Melting Pot go push you back from under the stone from which you came. Because you are 100% evil. You are 100% evil. I mean, no, when I see this, you're not going to come out again. Because you know we speak the truth. And not only that we speak the truth, we provide the resources. And we also tell the people where to go and find it. Right? You're a piece of despicable piece of human being. Let me just eat back and put in melting pot. Melting pot.
Yes, sir, Byron. Boy, may I tell you, Mark Shields is an embarrassment, whichever institution him graduate from in the United Kingdom, whichever university him go to and get graduate certificate, is a disgrace. And it's also a disgrace to the Met Office in the United Kingdom. Because I know that's where he started out his police, reign, and migrate himself to Jamaica and took up the post as commissioner. You understand? And I mean, when I listen what the man said all time out, this pure shit coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the shit?
I went to that by asking him 2 questions. First, I want to know who prompted him to come out and make such speech. Because he's not serving in any public capacity as we speak. Yeah. So I want to ask him that question. Second question I want to ask him, why is he not back in the United Kingdom that have a better economy, pay better in terms of salary? Why I'm still itch up in Jamaica? What is there for him in Jamaica?
Corruption.
Because these people come and is living off corruption money that's been given to them. He's having a lifestyle in Jamaica that he knows he would not have that in the United Kingdom. Him getting free money from the government, basically, when you see them come out and talk to the government, them get them kickback money. Plus, him used to serve in a high-profile office where you think the people are going to look at him and say, Mark Shield come out and say this and it right. Mark Shield, you a piece of shit. A be a liar come out of your mouth.
Hit him.
Be a liar coming out of your mouth. Because here it is, yeah, as we see, but I will have to relate it. 49.6%, yeah, now have no confidence. 26.2%, slightly confident. 23.4%, no trust in the police ability to combat crime. Only 10.2% say the police is doing a very good job. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulletin point, and 4 don't support what Mark Shields has said. 4 no support what him has said. So Mark Shields, yeah man, a piece of shit, man. He was a scorn to the Jamaican society. Because here it is, Mark Shields must think say all the Jamaica people politically dumb and don't know where I'm going. And I got to support a government in power when innocent people lose them life. Innocent people like Gabriel King, no justice for him all now. People like Romario Sterling, many more. Junior in a Patrick Bailey house. Yeah. And we know the 3 people within the house. Melting Pot know them. Now I have to say no. Melting Pot know them. Well, I may have a pint to the east. Alright, so no more Melting Pot. Jamaica want to know which part east and which parish out there, Man come from out there, so left it at that Melting Pot. Alright, so we know where I go on our landscape. We know the police them operate. We know the Jamaican citizens don't trust them none at all. So Mark Shield, me don't know who pay you for run out pan this, pan the back of sea tax, Yeah? I try to come, lend some support behind the disruption of sea tax. Because here it is you saying some things when me have the proof to say I lie you I tell. You talk say well then go I Google too. Yeah? I look on some modernization of policy. Google to can look on a modernization of policy and that takes some time. Like him did have it in mind long time. The way him do to sea tax. Sea tax, yeah? And the Jamaica hierarchy, yeah? them get directive. I mean, the Jamaican hierarchy is Google too. Yeah. The Prime Minister, the Dr. Crab, the Liam Security Minister, them get directive order from United States. Yeah?
And that is 100% positive, 100% truth.
So when a garbage truck like Mark Shield, I run out, and we know who my ties to and who I'm affiliated to. We know them already. We know some propaganda shit you come to chat out of your mouth. Nastiness, find yourself back in the UK and chat like where you chat and swear up to you. It's on Jamaica who can't go with them foolishness here. I don't want to use the language on the platform tonight, you know. Uncle Jamaica who can't go with them garbage here and present to yourself like when somebody when you have a big stinking garbage truck will carry meat water. Stink! Leave a place and lift up, man. Come on, England, come talk where you talk. And see what happened to you. Jamaica is under siege from the GSCF and the government at large. Here, the people them lives suppressed. Right now, the people them timid. Them timid people report crime. Because you report crime to police, but them care back in him. People come take you out. Here, head boy said, at the first him feel like he would never even have nothing to do with Jamaica again. And it's true. And it's not head boy alone. Many more Jamaicans felt the same way like head boy. Because we know, so you got Jamaica, you know, must leave Jamaica alive. You bury at Jamaica. And one of the biggest business in Jamaica, you know, is undertaking, you know. And a certain people control that, you know. Yeah, and they want to maximize money from that, like rain or fall from sky. Yeah, and everything within that sector ties to corruption. That is why them did really move Melissa Silvera body from Kingston to Spanish Town without the knowledge of the family. Me didn't know that long time. Yeah, and I guess so. The whole heap of rigmarole start take place with the body. I think you can't fool people, boy. You're not idiot, you know. You need to get some sense. We don't do too much corruption in the country. Everybody I look on it, not black and white now. Yeah? Everybody I look on it, not black and white. It's plain. Because you can't have so much crime I commit, but yet still you can't solve them. And you come out now, come run up your mouth, but the police force are do good. And people have more confidence in the force, yeah, than previously. Piece of shit. Yeah, your woman over here on a propaganda, you know. With a propaganda machine. You understand? I want to spell corruption to Jamaica and Jamaican. Because right now you live half a taxpayers in Jamaica. You get kicked back from the Nazi government in Jamaica. That's why you run out. Yeah? That's why them dry out come say these things. But now can't wait. Because we just show the basket. Yeah? We just show the basket. It light. It light. Not where you say out of your mouth. Now compare to the notes. So you know say you're a piece of shit. I'm not afraid to tell you that, you know. You're not nobody in our place, you know. You're just a criminal again in our place. Yeah? You're just a criminal who migrate from a first world country to a third world country and living large on the back of criminality and corruption. So don't come out, come say no shit to the people. Like you think you can heads up our people and give them a heads up to where I'm going. But people know where I'm going. Yeah? The police force killed 311 last year. I was civilian. I don't know much of them gone, but earlier on them gone more than one a day at the start of 2026. Yeah? And you know for a fact that every year them suppress the crime statistic number. Yeah? I don't know where you're coming out trying to, you know, put up yourself like you're somebody. I know nobody in our place, man. Leave a place, man. Exactly. Jamaica can't do without a piece of dog shit like you. Lift up. I yield back the floor, Sir Byron.
All right. Blessings, melting pot. You understand? Powerful punch. Now, Jamaica, we could get into some serious business. Now, let me talk to my comrade brothers and sisters, as it relates to NNN station. We have been warning you, ladies and gentlemen, my comrade sisters and brothers, right? Particularly our politicians. Please avoid going over Big Mama station. Please. Because they are political spinners. No matter what you do, they are going to spin. Don't believe that you can go over Big Mama and try to say they are going to win. Right? Any views over there. They are all drinking out of the spoiled. Right? They are all drinking the mess. You can't change nobody over there, so. Right? You have powerful platforms that you can go on. You can go on an Andre Stevenson platform. You can go on a Mystic Sensation platform. You can go on a Lonesome platform. You can go on any Rattigan, right? Portland Spice, Jeffrey Tavares, right? Please, you know, avoid NNN. It's a public operative machine. Everybody over there drink the Kool-Aid. Let me show you the example of what I am talking about. But let me talk to my sister Pat first. And then me show you why you need to avoid going over Big Mama. Right? Point blank and period, you get this from Mystic. You understand? Number one, a Big Mama is not going to pull up views, right? Like Andre Stevenson. Not going to pull up view, right? Like a Lonesome. Not going to pull up views like Mystic Sensation. Not going to pull views, right? Like a Portland Spice. So why not go over there? Why not go over there? Why not want over there? Why not want over there? Yes, Sister P.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I tell you, program hot.
Oh, you mean?
However, I want ask you one question. Can you know me?
Yes.
When you watch the parliament since there, the foolishness?
Unfortunately, no. Trust me, I didn't, because I had also to do other things. So I really never engaged, to be honest.
Listen, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Me I watch it for a long time, but me never have been knowledge. This speech where the Governor General give, I him write it around with the right give. Normally,
all these speeches, as it relates to Governor General and Prime Minister, they all been given speech. The multiple speeches will be written by those speech writers, and they will look and see what is best suited for the narrative for the day. It is many of the times they are not the ones who articulate or write the speech. That's how it works.
Well, because I tell you, from my 56 years on earth,
yes,
I first time in life me hear so much lie. Lie from start to finish.
Oh yes.
Mighty God of Daniel. When you find time mistake, more you play more you sit down and listen.
Yes.
I ask myself, if the Governor General never look at his speech before he can read, if I just listen mine and give me, brother, the people in talk so lie.
Oh my goodness.
When you're looking at Parliament on the Labour right side, me know a bench them and no mash up. They are a licky bench before a man don't talk. When I time him I read it, him have his pause and smile. But I no good smile. Regardless of my hypocrite, I no good smile. But it just, you know?
Exactly.
What a shame.
Oh yes.
The man then talk much how they help people quick and all the urgent relief and how much people get help and how they respond quick and then send bulldozer there. So, me say, brother, go listen. Go listen. And with the Sylvia case again, we don't know, we know God, but something really fishy.
The Sylvia case is so confusing
Mark
to me.
Shields give Mark Shield piece of me tongue. Mark Shield, you come from Great Britain or England. And things when you see happen out there, you know say could not my England. You know say not even a quarter it could happen in the parliament up here, Barnland. And you come here, come be a part of the downfall of this country. Which people in Jamaica trust police now? Back then,
Well, dirty lad, man.
Country and go to town and see a policeman and you know where I go. And the quickest thing I go ask the police, say, police me want to go for public. We're public there. But right now people are run from police. Because police can just look for you, murder you, and say, yeah, piece of ticker here come at time and you know to burn this stick. And nothing come out of it. Mark Shields, your prime minister for your country in a COVID, tell one lie and violate the COVID law in England. And him have to resign. Much less you come here defend a prime minister where his statutory deduction can't be certified. And you live here, you see all the atrocity we have done to the people, and because of greed and money, you come and be a part of it. You know, shame yourself, but you're not going to shame because I don't in enslave way. But me tell you something. This is 2026. You have a new guest coming. It's only time. Don't feel like say all the work we do in parliament and I tell lie and I analyze people and I do this and I do that. You never get a pay there. And when you becomes a part of it, you will get a pay there. And remember, you have children, you come here and get picnic. We are born Jamaican. And you're going to depart this life one day. And you're going to left that picnic here. And that picnic, I'm going to have picnic. So let me tell you, pull up on those socks. Pull up on those socks. The cry of the people is up on the shoulder. Tears is a language where Uncle God understand. Tears is a language. And Emily Shield, me tell you, my grandfather used to say, you have angel face, dark mind, and pussy intention. Here? And I eat back.
Same so. But
yeah.
Thank you, Sister Pat. Lovely.
Yeah, man.
Love that.
That's up.
Now,
Yes,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Mark Shield. One thing I tell you, just take your mouth out of our politics, You understand? Leave our politics alone. Leave our politics alone. Right? Take your stinking mouth from out of our politics. That's all me I tell you. Now, we can move on as it relates to why you don't need to go over Big Mama. Because they are protecting the status quo of corruption. You see what going on as it relates to the KSMC municipal. Where Sister Lorraine, right? Sister Lorraine Dobson, give them what them forget. Sister Lorraine Dobson, give them what them forget. So we have full mayor and deputy mayor. So we can look deeper now into the corruption. And that them are trying to protect it. So that the deputy mayor, what they want to have there, you understand, try to oppose the mayor all the while. We have to move him. Move out the corruption. Move out the corruption. But let me show you Jamaica. How this hell of a nasty piece of political machine, you understand, spin machine, right? Vex them vexing. Want to listen here, people. Want to listen here. Vex the Draws Davis him vex. You understand? It burned the Draws Davis. Right? The heat that went down. Draws Davis can't get cool over there. Him turn a termite over there. I want to listen to him.
Is it a sign that Team JLP is not focused? We all know that Dr. Chang is on the mend and will be back in his swing very, very soon. We know that the party leadership, the secretariat, dealing with many other things. So is it a lack of leadership? Who is responsible for the slackness?
It's a lack of leadership everywhere. right, as it relates to Andrew Holness administration. I don't know. You just attack the truth now? You just attack the truth. Lack of leadership everywhere, every corner of the country. Lack of leadership. The kleptocratic, the corrupted government. Go ahead. They are listening to you.
That caused what happened at the KCMC to go down. Will heads roll? And those laborites who boycotted the thing rather than support one of their own to put the party in a position where it could have a seat of authority at the KCMC.
Okay, to put the party in the position to have a seat of authority because you don't want to cover up the corruption. Now go expose something to the people of this morning. You know. Me, they go expose something to the people of this morning. You know. You go on, you understand me? I tell you, you know, that people want to listen, you know. And all the People's National Party, member of parliament, I want to know, you understand, leave over Big Mama station. All right. Leave over Andrew Holness station. Whosoever not believes that Andrew Holness station of them business, them can go and live in the dark world. And whosoever believes that me a propagandist, you understand? Over here, so Andrew Holness own it.
Tell them, Byron. Tell them, Byron, because we know that.
Live in the dark world where them live. Andrew Holness own this. Through Dushi and Savadia.
KCMC. What of those decisions?
Yes, Pat. Were you saying something, Pat?
I was just only strengthening what you were saying to make them know, because we know, sir, Andrew hold it.
Yeah, man. Them know how we dig. Eh? Them know how we dig when we do our research. You understand? If they want evidence, we can peel it out and show them. Go ahead.
Is there need for a shake-up, Mr. Party Leader, Mr. General Secretary, Deputy General Secretaries, Area Council Chairman? Will you let this slide? Or will you shake the jimbling tree and make the rat know and them drop off, then you rake them up and throw them away? Will there be a price to pay for what?
Yeah, man, it burn your Draws Davis. What you shouldn't burn your Draws Davis? You don't know, so on the thief. You don't know, so on the thief the general election, you know. You don't know, so on the thief the general election through the face of Andrew Holness, Dushi and Savadia. You don't know, so on the thief the general election. You don't know that. So how you feel so grief? Eh? How you feel so grief?
Happened for some individuals on Tuesday. Because what I'm hearing is that upstairs not pleased with what happened. To the PNP, brilliantly done.
PNP don't want you fire, man. Come on for the stage. Come on. Oh, then. PNP, we don't want you nothing fire. You understand? No, we don't want you nothing from you. No compliment from you. We don't want you. Just come off for this. Right? We don't want you nothing from you. You come off for this. You understand? Nothing. We don't want you nothing out of your mouth. You understand the compliment PNP. You understand? Go on, protect the nastiness where you protect. Right? Now, Jamaican people, now we get down in some history. Right? Because remember what happened with Jai, you know, and Ennis, you know. And we are Jai can talk out the whole business what they going on at the KCMC, you know. The level of corruption, I'm going to show you something, you know, people. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you certain evidence. Where Jai can bust out the whole corruption, what Ennis and the whole GLP council them are going with at KCMC, you know, they rob up the people their money, you know. Jai said Ennis and other GLP councillor down there for 8 years, eat them claw full. On what other people? You Bex, me just show yourself protect you and protect the status quo of criminality, you know. Draws Davis. Right? I'm glad. Look at this. Right? Let me just share this. See it here? You're vexed. GLP councillors walk out of KSMC meeting after PNP member elected deputy mayor. Right? And the deputy mayor, them want, you know. Deputy mayor, them want. Jamaica Labour Party councillors stage a walkout at Tuesday's monthly meeting of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation to protest the election of Lorraine Dobson. Right? People's National Party councillor for the Springfield Division as deputy mayor of Kingston. Lorraine Dobson won upon them. Lorraine. The walkout followed a heated debate between members of both political parties. The JP councillors wanted the post of deputy mayor to be granted to one of their members. You know, come take it. Come take it now. The corruption, no one cover. Winston Ennis, a former deputy mayor and councillor for the Barbican division, was nominated by 2 JLP councillors for the post, while Miss Dobson was nominated by 2 PNP councillors who continue want to give the thief. And the thief who want to put him back there. You understand? And me call him thief, you know. Right? And me call him criminal, you know. A joy come from the public ear. You understand? And tell everybody in Jamaica say I'm a criminal, you know. A joy come from the public ear and tell the whole Jamaica. Say Ennis, other councillor, they are criminals. Them dumb, they rob taxpayers' money. Allow me to tell. A rumor may spread. Am I a propagandist? Okay. Winston Ennis, a former deputy mayor and councillor for the Barbican division, was nominated by 2 JLP councillors for the post, while Miss Dobson was nominated by 2 PNP councillors. The following detention, Mayor of Kingston and chairman of the corporation, Andre Swaby, called for a break in the meeting. Miss Dobson was later named deputy mayor. Then she forget it long time, man. You understand? Take away that honey. She forget it, you know. Who don't like it can bite it. Yeah. You love how we feel? Yeah, and we are on things. Don't at that. We are clean up the corruption. Don't at that. Let me show you the corruption we went down there. When we come out, and we have put people in place, we have put decent and respectable people in place, you know. We don't put no hooligan and no thief. Right? No hooligan and no thief. Right? We are dealing with meritocracy. Right? Meritocracy, persons who understand them functions and can do it well. But the thief them go. But now go. Now, let me show this. Right? Get into and show people the heart of the corruption what Dras Davis want to preserve. So it burn him now, you know. It burn him. Can't get contented over there. Lego the video, honey. Lego the video.
Let me tell you something, artist people. This really hurt me. I'm going to talk. You understand? Because I couldn't believe any so that they do with this. You understand? Me couldn't believe and all the Ennis are going to say disrespect on this. And just because Ennis not get deputy mayor again, and Delroy get it, and we say we are labor right, regardless of what. You not do your party this, and you not do your MP this, and you not do your constituency this, to care where you want to say. That means you never had the Jamaica Labour Party 2020, and we are going to go down there, go sign as mayor. And one are going to be deputy, and one are going to be mayor. And 2 of them, the PMP, them not swearing, and you take the seat, and you give the blood clot PMP.
Hi, Jai. Cool down, the Jai. Jai, cool down, man. Then I saw the corruption money sweet, you know, down there. Jai, I saw the corruption money sweet, you know, down there. Mighty God. What are you hearing, people?
Them. Because I take it and give the PMP them the council as much as we did at JLP and PMP. Because at the 2 who that they are running, they take it and give the PMP them and you know. So you're fucking labor, right?
No, Jai, the ball for the corruption money. When you hear that, people? Living in water, the woman a ball for the corruption money, you know. Jamaica people, when you hear this? Me the woman a cry living in water, you know. For the corruption money, you know. People don't listen, you know.
I tell you, grieve, you baby heart grieve. And they can't send this to me, I tell you. I tell you, no, I never expect this from you. Regardless of why you shouldn't do the Labour a party, this and not this. You go talk about independent, blood clot. What kind of independent?
No,
He's a fucking wicked man. And because of blood clot greed, you sit down there for blood clot 8 years and you full of blood clot.
Aye, people, hear the people. Aye, because of greed. Because of greed. You sit down there for 8 years. Eat and full your car. We now make up them as something, I know. We now make uno sister them as something, yeah. And one preserve and one protect. Mighty God, we now make up this. We could play it back over, people. We could play it back over. We could hear the drama.
Blood clot 8 years and you full of blood clot.
Hold on the jive. Hold on the jive. Hold on the jive.
He's a fucking wicked man. And because of blood clot greed, you sit down there for blood clot 8 years and you full of blood clot crowd. You understand? And well, and then this is where you do the party, and you do the MP, and you do the people in minorities, and then you go find the group and you go tell the people them say.
Take it away, Jai. Take it away, honey.
Let me tell you
No,
something,
sir.
artist people. This
No,
really hurt me.
sir.
I'm going to talk.
No, sir. Boy, the corruption money sweet. I saw the corruption money sweet. Mighty God, Jai, you cry living eye water. People, you hear them something? No, sir. You hear them something, people? Jai said, because of greed. No, a JLP councillor, they tell Jamaica this. Say, because of greed. And he sit down there for 8 years. Eat and fully crack. Hey, we now make up them as something now. Melting pot, I know so when you come in, I go rum him. But let me show Jamaica what go on. Jamaica, I am telling you, so the Andrew Holness administration, it corrupted to the core. Jamaica, listen to me now. I have not gone through the Integrity Commission investigation as it relates to from 2021 coming up, you know. But go show you something, go shock on. The financial year 2024, right, beginning April, ending in March, right, 2025, is showing you that 1 year alone is over 200 and odd cases tabled in Parliament, you know, as it relates to corruption, you know, and breach of procurement, right, statutory declarations not being certified, and 70 yard of them over there, right, as it relates to councillor, mayor, right, and some of the big dudes them, you know, line up to be prosecuted, you know. People who don't hear me, I say, no, man. Who don't think that you know me? Prosecution, remember, you know, for those who following Mystic Sensation, we tell them, say, we prosecute them out of office, you know. Me talk to you, you know. Me tell you, no. Say, 2026, I right on the roadside, we are left them, you know. We are prosecute them out of office, you know. So all the prettiness when I'm going up, as a matter of fact, I stop talking. You look here, people, look on the evidence. Only lift up the evidence. Go at the Integrity Commission website, now go upon it now. Because remember, say them gag the Integrity Commission with section 53, subsection 3. So Integrity Commission can't speak, you know. No look here, people. See the evidence here? See it there? Investigation report statistics. See it here? 208 investigation reports tabled. See it? 77, see it up on the right here. 77 prosecutions commence. Jamaican people. Let me show you. See it here? Report now available. The Integrity Commission's 7th annual report for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025 was tabled in the sitting of the Senate on June 27, 2025. You understand? Mainstream media will not talk about this. I'm not talk about this, no wait until me find it. CETA paper, investigation report statistics ensuring transparency through timely investigation, 208. And that is just 2024 and 2025 alone, you know. And we are 77 in the processing line for prosecution, you know. 77. We don't hear mainstream media talk about them something. Eh? No, we don't hear mainstream media. See, CPI, would it be great if Jamaica scored above 80%? No, Jamaica, they are 44. To show you how the criminal, the corruption turn up. Not change. Right? The corruption index, the CPI score, the sinner people. And hear what it is saying. Wouldn't it be great if Jamaica scored above 80% and the Transparency International Corruption Performance Index putting them, Integrity Commission investigators, them a beg hard for the corruption to stop. Mighty God. Contracts. Wouldn't it be great if all public contracts were completed within time, right? Budget and add value. Procurement, there should be full compliance, right, to procurement procedures. Darrell Vaz broke the procurement procedures and said, you understand, him now hesitate. If him get the opportunity, he will do it again. Darrell Vaz outrightly mashed down the procurement guidelines as it relates to the bus. You can't see the full receipt on the bus then. And me hear my tell line. Me hear my take time to tell line. They move from 60 bus to 80 bus. Darrell Vaz. What on there? Me hear you move from 60 bus to 80 bus. Because we know say only 60 bus you have in the island. And me see you take time put in 20 on it. Tell me when them the 20 they come through the wharf. Come tell me when them the 20 they come through the wharf. Because you think you don't got talk, say, them there, and we can't see them. Darrell Vaz. It seems like, listen to Darrell Vaz. You would practice your dinosaurial politics. You think you can get through in the modern time here? Yes. Darrell Vaz, let me ask you a question. Do you think, you understand, you and your dinosaurial thievery can get you? Eh? Hey, look, we are going to ask you, because we see you put 20 more upon the 60 what they are. And when them the 20 they come in. When them the 20, and when you, Darrell, if 20 more did come in, you would definitely have a press conference and say, see there, see the 20 here. And when did they come in? Eh? If you have 20 more come on the island, you don't put it on the light poster. You tell me say a Queechy come in with them the 20 there, and nobody don't know when them the 20 there, when them the 20 there come in. How you think you can hold Darrell Vaz? 60 buses still here. 60 buses. And I put 20 on it, and then I take time. Time good on again, you catch some more on it. And now go working at Darrell Vaz. Hey, thief in Darrell Vaz. It's not going to work. We want to see, right, those that invoice for the 60 buses. Right? Why then you not prove it wrong? Since you say you have 80 now, give us a count. Put them out so we can see an open inventory of them and physical count. And account for the 80. Who you think you can fool? Who you think you can fool, Darrell Vaz? So Jamaica, don't believe. You understand about 80 buses is here. 80 buses are not here. 60 buses are here. 60 buses, Darrell Vaz. 60 buses. So you stop from out there and tell the people, boy, you have 80 buses. You don't have 80 buses, that's all. 60 buses you have. Right? And as far as we're concerned, we only see invoice for roughly about 48 buses. So you come with a proper invoice, you know, because of Bangarang, you know. And Auditor General, make sure so no lock on pan this end. Because him believe say, you understand this is going to end. No. However, I don't know they taught this. Remember, say we the pioneer. I don't know this is not the dinosaur politics where you're used to, you know. Eh? Okay. So, we the show Jamaica. 200 odd case process tabled between 2024 and 2025 and 77 in the process of prosecution. No shame. So let me ask you a question now, Mark Shield. Mark Shield, have you seen that? Eh? You don't see that, Mark Shield? You don't see what they're going with the government where you defend? You don't see what they're going with the government? The government, that thieving government, criminal government. Deputy Commissioner Mark Shield, former Deputy Commissioner Mark Shield, your government, a thieving government, criminal government. And remember, you have a nasty ancestral history when it comes to piracy and the ICs. So we don't expect nothing better from you, you know. We don't expect nothing better from you. You understand? But all I am warning you, leave out of our politics. You of our person shouldn't be engaging in our politics. Take for yourself. Make your wife only speak, man. You, hide yourself, man. Don't speak in our politics. You won't get involved in our politics. Right? Don't get to grieve about you. Right? Let me heal back and bring in Melting Pot. Melting Pot, come down.
Well, you know, everything has been in a shambles, so when I listen to what my Seaga said, put him one side. But I could look now as it relates to where I go on, yeah, with what you mentioned earlier on. The People's National Party, them are going to itch up over Big Mama. Big Mama is not a radio station. Big Mama is just like a platform operating on social media. And the fact of the matter is Big Mama don't have the pulling power like other platforms on social media. Him not have nobody around him and listen him. Guys be a garbage on one side appear them speak round there. We know where the pulling power in a social media there. So FPMP, them a go over Big Mama. That simply mean them a tell we something around here, so they would have like to know what them really are saying, you know? Because under no circumstance them not supposed to itch up over there, so that party don't speak on their behalf. We in a social media speak on the People's National Party behalf. And as such, we supposed to get recognition. So we want to know where really are going. You understand in that regard? Because every time them go over there, you know, it's on go gossip and lavish go on over there, so you know. And Big Mama station take them and turn them in a fool and all type of something in regard to them. Yeah, be a corruption them spit out on them. It's like you go feed the dragon and the dragon spit fire upon you. We don't know why them are itch up around there. Look like something around there for them. Or them are deceive the comrade them. I want to know if them are deceive the blood and fire comrade we vote for them. Why them gonna itch up around there, so? Yeah? Now let's move into where I go on. As it relates to what we say, Draws Davis. I cry over. Because I'm a cry too, you know. Now we know from a long time. Yeah? The corruption run now a KSMAC. And a federal stewardess. Yeah? It was a war house. Taxpayers' money I buy car, do everything, I feed baby mother. Whole heap of baby mother, all type of thing. When you hear the whole scandal will come out of that. Yeah? And on top of that, the year go a full them craft over 8 years. So when drive come out on a ball, you know, and the gravy train gone, you know. Shabal out the gravy train gone. Because KSMAC was a gravy train. That's why downtown Kingston big and dirty and the whole of Kingston and St. Andrew run down. Because the money never spent to do the work. It has spent on them lifestyle and them corruption. Who for thief this? Who for thief that? Yeah, even the eagle of them suffer the hands of KSMAC. Because when them send out the man, them enough go take out the goods. They cheer up, give them woman, you know. Cheer up, give them friend. It shape them pick the way them have out there. Them used to live off all of the eagle of them. So we know where I'm going. So I'm glad now that there's no conflict, in terms of people fighting each other in a KSMAC. Yeah, the PMP fully control it. So anything go wrong, we can't blame nobody. Yeah, we have to blame the PMP. So make them run it now. Yeah, Swaby and them deputy, yeah, make them run it. You understand? Because that's how it's supposed to go. You can't have GLP night, If you have GLP right now in a KSMAC, a problem down there. Problem. Because you have in-house fighting, you have contradiction, you have opposition. One, the KSMAC run smooth and efficient with accountability and transparency. All right, get out the thief in labor, right them out of it. Because everybody must hear say, uncle them cry, them defend down there, so it have to full. And them cry big too. Okay. Now when we look at other issue, yeah, as it relates to the whole dynasty of the corruption in Jamaica. Yeah, we know say NNN facilitate that. And them are the mouthpiece for corruption for the Labour Party. And them biggest blogger platform that. Yeah, NNN. The blogging platform is not a radio station. And a long time we are telling people them. Yeah. But them not good as bloggers. Them tell too much lie. Them a spin doctor. I remember them entity who 1.5 billion in tax and get 10 right off. That could only be, permitted by people in high authority who are run the country. So we are telling people them who own NNN, Andrew Holness, and them have a joke kind of the pop name Dushan Chibadia. Where you know say him is uncle a wash a woman at the place. Yeah, Big Mama not really want nothing. That's why Big Mama have no problem in paying no tax, because Big Mama know no tax administrator now come after him. Him know him thing governed by the who? Prime Minister of the country. A man who don't like to pay tax. So that's why you see the same pattern carry through over Big Mama. So the whole thing is in a shamble. Yeah? And this is why the Integrity Commission, after I asked the question, if Jamaica will attain a 80% on the corruption perception index, that not going to be a number that them can, achieve. Yeah? They mention about contract. Yeah? Finishing on time with the right procurement. And them also speak about procurement. How it's been done. You understand? Because that's how the corruption really farm in Jamaica, And that's how the most side of farm. Yeah, through the ministry them. Contract awarded. How the country are run with the high level of corruption. Yeah. Now when you look and see 208 people table between 2024 and 2025. Yeah. As people were involved in a corruption. 77 in the processing of prosecution. If you look at a country like Jamaica, them number they rank too high. Right now, we know UK, yeah, don't have them amount of people from high official table to be looked into for corruption. Yeah? And them now have 77 people right now in the process of them being processing them for corruption. So Jamaica in a bad state of affairs. And it's down to people like the leader of the GLP party, the minister, the mining, energy, technology, telecommunication and all them garbage where them fling pan in Pumbago when we're a big time criminal. Yeah. The minister of health, tough down, him thief a whole heap of money out of the system. Yeah, run it down. Dr. Crab, who never seemed to be at the desk of him job, but him a collect taxpayers' money. God Crab not work, Juggis no work. Yeah. Man, when itch up in a WikiLeaks, when can't travel, can't work as a security minister. So these people are just collecting taxpayers' money, not working for the taxpayers, stealing from the taxpayers. Yeah. And NNN is a part of the network that support this type of illicit behavior practice in Jamaica. They come out and speak in terms of what? Dealing with the corruption to suit the narrative of the Jamaica Labour Party. This is what they're doing. So when them come out with them reverse psychology, we have to around us and straighten that up. We have to around and straighten it up. And as several of that them go on with over the years. Yeah, and we have to run us and defend the PMP. When them run out on them and tell lie on them, it's on these platforms in our social media defend the People's National Party and its representative. So I can't see how them are itch up over this or now. What is going on? This no look good. It smells fishy. It smells stink. What is the reason why PMP are find themselves over NNN? I would like to know, kind of baffle me. Because I know how much they put out the effort to destroy the People's National Party and several of its members. And I think the People's National Party and its members would have distanced themselves from such entity. Yeah. I see them want to do something where I know, please, I know. I'm not ready to talk on them yet. Yeah, but them need to get them act together and get them house together. Because right now, things don't look good. Now I say no more, you know. But me just say straighten up on yourself. Straighten up on yourself. Don't be like the little boy and the wolf. When trouble catch you, know, nobody now gonna run out there assist you, know. Because we are watching you. Yeah, we are watching you, man. Yeah. The country need a U-turn out of the dynasty of membership club owner run down there in the political sphere. Like the whole owner line on yourself together with our GLP or PMP. Like gonna mix up after work and celebrate the day's activity. It may stop. That need to stop. Politics is no members club. When this side meet with the other side. And we have noticed that are going on in the country. I don't think we feel pleased about it. We don't feel pleased about it. You know you will say nothing. We don't feel pleased about it. Straighten up on yourself before you find on the back against the fence. No 2 ways about it. Think we can't come lend with support and resource and look on it with scan regard. Like so you reach somewhere. You don't reach somewhere yet, you don't farm government yet. Melting pot I tell you that. Straighten up on yourself. Stop go itch up underneath big mama them crutches. And go over there with no gossiping. Yeah, like you don't reach somewhere, you don't reach nowhere yet. You don't farm government yet. Yeah. And you still under the grip on the hands of Andrew Wallace and them corruption. So when we come out and put our time forward, yeah, we lend the support behind the party. And the party we are defending. And the party we are defending. Let me tell you now. Yeah, because hey, me never want to say certain thing now. The party we are defending. Just know that. Behave on yourself. When the people trusting with them vote, they will expect result. And the people nah get none as we speak. We now wimp behind the Labour Party them. Yeah? We now show yourself like we have the tenacity to deliver for the people them. Now show yourself in our weak capacity frame of mind with a whole heap of little sitting and go on. Whole heap of little sitting and go on, you know. And we are telling ourselves to stop it. Stop it. It's a 14 there, but we increase to 100%. And we round here so increase it. We no sound no go out there and do nothing, you know. We are the driving force behind the 100% increase we're gonna get. And we want to know that. Yeah? We want to know that because we never have no mouthpiece or talk phone, you know. And we talk phone, and we spread the message. And we galvanize the support. And we get the machine moving behind Marky G. Behind who? Marky G. I want to benefit from that. And somehow I go like, you know, I swear like fat rat right now. Behave with yourself. I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
Blessing melting pot, right? And I love how you are giving that lecture because that is important, right? I don't know the reason why, right? They are going over Big Mama, right? When they know very well that that station, right, is a station that, you know, regardless of the circumstances, they are going to defend, right, Jamaica Labour Party, right? It is their feeding trough. So what are you going over there to prove? I don't know. I just don't get it, right? But let us point out some serious corruption here. And I don't know if my big up to my sister at her for the press, because more and more, right, based on, you know, at her for the press, right, being conscious of, let me say, as it relates to my warrior queen, conscious that she not to trust the DPP, you know, right? I myself, right, applaud certain decisions that the DPP made, particularly as it relates to the Noel Maitland's case. But there are some things now that I am looking into, people, right? And I just said, it looked like really and truly, you know. What the warrior queen said, you know, seems like I am more leaning towards that. So I thought for the press, anyway, there, big up yourself. And I'm going to show you why I am starting to take a parallel side with Atta for the press. This presentation that I'm going to deliver to you now, putting it to the people, and as it relates to what Atta for the press said, that this DPP, she doesn't trust this DPP. So the case that I'm going to present now, look and see as to why, right, Atta for the press would make mention of that. Look at this. Look at this, people. Look at this. Let me just present it to the people, you know, for the people can see this. Look at this now, people. 11 used car dealers companies prosecuted for falsely filing zero income tax returns. Tax Administration of Jamaica re-emphasizes importance of honest income tax reporting. So this here is what I have to bring up back as it relates to what Lady Atta for the press or the warrior queen said. I don't trust this DPP. People, here is what presented here. 11 used car dealers companies prosecuted for false filing of zero income tax returns. Tax Administration of Jamaica re-emphasizes the importance of honest income tax reporting. Take this away, Byron. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something, people. I am going to show you something. Why we have to revisit what the warrior queen said. Let me show you something, Jamaica. Watch this. Look where I'm going. Look where I'm going. Look where I'm going. Look where I'm going, people. Companies linked to owners filed nil tax returns despite millions in transactions, says Integrity Commission report. So let me ask the question. So why those 11 companies can be charged for misleading evidence to tell lie that their business operated no profit, and so they filed zero tax, and they have been charged. See that, people, at January 23, February 21, this, you know. See that? Tuesday. Sorry. May I read the wrong thing. See that? Tuesday, September 17, 2024. See the people? See, look on the date. Look on the date, now, people. Tuesday, September 17, 2024. Companies linked to owners file nil tax returns despite millions. Oh, no, look, no, people. We could go in it. An investigative report into the statutory declarations filed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness has revealed that 3 companies linked to him, which had transactions totaling hundreds of millions of dollars, filed nil tax return for 2021 and 2022. A nil income tax return indicates that a company falls below the taxable income and therefore did not pay taxes during this year. Simply means that the company did not make no sort of profit. They fall below. In the 171-page report tabled in Parliament Tuesday afternoon, the Integrity Commission Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, raised tax compliance concerns. The report said the Prime Minister is connected with or had financial interest in 3 companies: Imperium, which otherwise called ADMAT, Positive Media, and Estate Bridge. It said a forensic examination of bank accounts attributable to owners and the reference companies for the period January 1st, 2020 to June 13, 2023 revealed intercompany deposits and withdrawals of $473 million, $161,545.37, and the other, respectively, $427,174,913.86, respectively. So let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Say it's reasonable that a half of the press said these are the reasons as to why the DPP cannot be trusted. The DPP seems to be utilizing her prosecutorial venom conveniently. So then it is okay to drape up the 11 companies, right, and slap them up, charge them, and where tax administration of Jamaica is going to remind them how important it is to obey the law and stay in line. Then tax administration of Jamaica, Mystic Sensation, is asking you. You don't think that Prime Minister, it is important for the Prime Minister to stay in line, to not breach the rules and regulation. So what you have given and what you seems to be allowing DPP, that the Prime Minister is above the law of Jamaica. That is what you're raising over the people's head. That the Prime Minister is running a monarchy. This is open breach and a clear comparison to show you the disparity as it relates to justice. So then, DPP, should I say, or at all for the press, should we both say that your justice is selective? It is for the people that I just showed this situation to decide it. What say you on it, my brother Melting Pot?
But I mean, a one-sided justice that, you know. Yeah? But we want justice right across the board. If you go drape up them 11 yard dealer there, drape up Andrew too, drape up Big Mama, drape up many of the corporate tax entity them who not file them corporate tax. And several of them not pay none, you know. Yeah? But here it is the little people with them little house and them land have to pay them tax. Yeah? The man with the motor car have to go pay a fee more. The people them we have vendor have to pay them tax. You understand? The corner shop them have to pay. But a guy like Andrew Wallace and them big conglomerate, them not pay nothing. So them living on the back of the poor people. Yeah? They are living on the back of the poor people. So when I hear Andrew Wallace talk about in the 90s was the biggest transfer of wealth, yeah, from the poor to the rich. I lie him a tell. Lie him a tell. Lie him a tell. Here it is now we have the problem where I know it exists. We are the poor. I carry the rich on them back. During the time that the 90s meltdown, you know. Remember, we go on country have to bail out certain entities, put it back on footing, yeah, correct certain borrowing where that go on, where people are borrow money, we go into them Ponzi scheme. We know what happened. High interest rate rise up because they want to slow down the borrowing. Because that time the country never have no foreign exchange at all. You understand? Now the country have foreign exchange. A certain people have maximize it, doing all type of illegal activity with it, and are well to themselves. I remember all of them tax, all of them currency they were coming to the country. Most of them come from the diaspora. We send money for them poor people and them get the currency. Them are utilize the currency and import some little food item, but the majority of them contain cocaine in it. Them a benefit right now. The big boys, them in the PSOJ. You understand? And Andrew Wallace a part of them as a prime minister. Let that be known to Jamaican people. Because Andrew and his wife have so much investment. Now I want to go into some new breaking development as it relates to Juliet Wallace. Yeah? This is information will come into the pot today. I don't know if many people know that Juliet Wallace is now building some houses out by Brunswick Village. Next door to where Sagicor, yeah, have a plaza, a bank, and apartment. Over 3 years now, Sagicor developed that. Yeah, Sagicor have 100 other apartments out there. And not even 20% of them sell because them too expensive. Because the whole of them are deal with big wealth, you know. Now look out at them place there. Brunswick Road, when you come down to Ascot Theatre, the old Ascot Theatre, when you left Walks Road, I come in at Spanish Town proper. Yeah? Juliet Wallace, she have 2 building phases over there, developing between 45 to 50 houses. Yeah? And in the process of that time, she acquired 18 trucks from Tankwell. Yeah? And when she use the 18 truck though, some of them are the water trucking and some gone at the backside again, on top of them have. You understand? So people, this a new event where Juliet police are carry out. I'm want to come rub out that and say alive, melting pot at El Panar. Yeah?
Melting pot, what is the scale of the that project in terms of might be dollar value? Because we want to know if that reported to the Integrity Commission as it relates to their statutory declaration. And we are yet to see their statutory declaration for 2025. So that I think that is going to come out before April, I believe. So we want to see, we have to work with that information to check, right, if such information would have they would have reported it to the IC, because we are not going to allow them to get away with anything around us, you know.
No, that's why I put it out.
We need to be on that.
That's why I put it out. So we want to see if this is going to appear on them statutory filing.
Exactly.
You understand?
All right.
Yeah. Because April just round the corner, you know. But this is how them are going out. Them are not member of parliament. Them not serve the country. Them are serve themselves. Look much business project them have. Eh? Them control the backside chucking primarily 100%, you know. Now look, man with chuck and get the walk backside again through the wilderness them. Them make sure have the water chuck them. Them are below the place. Yeah? And them are, hey, when them done with Jamaica, you know, brother. I'm more than the GRU in family in a Dallas, you know.
Wow.
Don't I Texas, you know. Tell me, I tell Jamaica people this. You can't have a husband and wife just own the country, so. Yeah? I must all these wealth left to the two boys. Because one day they might have to close, you know. Yeah? So I don't know where more them want. Why they can't leave other people to get a piece of the pie? Why? So I will see if this new housing development file over to Integrity Commission.
C401 is saying that she's building one in Tech 4 close to Olaba backside.
There you go again.
All right.
Yeah? They are below the whole place, man. You know?
I can move on to the other three cases that we have, because you know we have to come back for Titan. All right, well said. Now, Jamaica, I want for you to listen keenly, because if a country is prosperous, so to speak, of rich in resources, well, let me say the ability to prosper, right? Rich in resources and so forth. And we have corruption, it is not going to prosper. So the issue that we have is corruption. I want for you to think as it relates to the amount of money that big up bowler in a way there, the amount of money that the Auditor General, right, cannot give an account for. Think where I'm going this in terms of you know, listening to me keenly. The amount of money that cannot be accounted for, right, has now reached partially $4 trillion. Think, Jamaica. Think careful. That many of the so-called $4 trillion that is unaccounted for, many of that had disappeared through flawed procurement process as it relates to Darrell Vaz, who had done several of them. Many of those missed monies missing through direct procurement and emergency procurement that conveniently being utilized. So we have seen that direct procurement being used, right, when they want to rob, but where it's required, where direct or emergency procurement need to use, particularly, right, as it relates to Hurricane Melissa and what people face, no emergency procurement being utilized, right? Where it has all the tenants that, of course, emergency procurement should use, right, in this situation, so to help people. Now, what's this now, Jamaican people, in terms of where I'm going? October the 28th was when Melissa visited Jamaica. And the aftermath is not pretty. Now, you are talking that we are in February. Think of what I'm saying, Jamaica. And Andrew Holness administration, unfortunately, cannot show on any statistical data that they were able to rebuild 20% of those who houses completely damaged or partially damaged. Andrew Holness at this particular point in time, going 4 months, cannot provide any statistical data to say Jamaica, at least we reach 20%. I am talking about 20% of those who damage. So then, is this a government that care? But what we have now coming out is even more atrocious, egregious. Now look, the first time it started, as it relates to the fact that I know that Andrew Holness has sticky fingers and his administration is a kleptocratic administration. Remember, for all the people who are following me, you remember the first time what I said? I said that ADPEM need to have an inventory management system. You all remember that I am the first person who came out, the first person to come out and said, you can't have ADPEM dealing with X amount of resources going through ADPEM and you don't have a PI system, a perpetual inventory system. And so that anything that goes into ADPEM and it is not being fully recorded or fully accounted for, likewise, it can leave out of ADPEM without it being fully accounted for. And remember that I, Mystic Sensation, beating the government. And then we have the Auditor General pushing it as well. That an inventory management system is necessary to checks and balance. You have heard the Prime Minister speaking that he's going to set up NARA. You have heard Mark Jefferson Golden, and that's why I said, people, let me say this to you before I get into this. Mark Jefferson Golden is 100% honest, man of integrity, man who worked day and night, came off a foundation of his father that set that precedence. People, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Mark Golden naturally came from a table, cut from a table that deals with service, that's service oriented. Mark Jefferson Golden came from a table of love and care for patients. Mark Jefferson Golden come from a foundation. Look, Mark Golding not just brought up on a try to say is in the politics and he might try for this. Look here, people, you need to understand the history of Mark Golding before venture into politics. You need to take it from Mark Golding's father. Remember, the chip doesn't fly far from the black. So he has gotten that nutrient, that nurturing. He has been in the home of his father, seeing his father taking care of all those patients. He has been around them people. He had grown up with them. So Mark Golding is going to have that natural and tender care. So when one see Mark Golding went to any ceremony and people expect that Mark Golding must stand up and applaud Andrew, he's not going to do it. It is not in his natural framework, in his DNA or chromosome. He can't do it. He cannot give no form of relish to evil and corrupted situation. He will not applaud evil. Naturally, that comes. And when we talk that the chip doesn't fly far from the black, Andrew Holness Pooper came out and lied for him. Like some people saying, Andrew Holness have two or three taxes. No go so. Andrew Holness have about 30 taxes. Chip no fly far from the black. So then, we did not expect any better from Andrew Holness' father. Because Andrew Holness is the son. So we know how the DNA cut. We know how the chromosome deliver. So I am saying, Jamaica, that when you check the history of Mark Golding walk in line with the politics, that all the I's and cross all the T as it relates to doing what ought to be done, follow the laws. So whenever Mark Golding submit a statutory declaration, the Integrity Commission investigators, right, has to simply honor it because it is 100% truthful. That's the point I am making. 100% truthful. So when you look of all the lies that Andrew Holness told, and all the continuation of his thievery, look how much tons of relief came into the island. Processing it through Adpem. Using his face, Dushi and Savadi, to create the app that carry breaches. Not only the Adpem app in breach, the COVID-19 app that the face of Andrew Holness created was also in breach of the people's data. You don't see the criminality, you don't see the history, you don't see the pattern of behavior. You don't see the modus operandi between Andrew Holness and his face, Dushi and Savadia. You don't see that. So we call it out because it is what it is. They are criminals robbing taxpayers. Andrew Holness administration involving everything that is evil. drugs running, gun transshipment, everything that is evil. Why does it have to be so hard for us to speak to our people and for them to listen and compare the facts? Call us out if we are lying. Call us out. I have nothing wrong with that. I am not saying that I am 100% perfect. But before I come here and Melting Pot come here, what a lot of you don't know, there are several days that either I call Melting Pot or Melting Pot call me, and we call Lonesome and we look over certain data, run certain data. We have certain data, people, that we decided that we are not going to run because we want to see more evidence and we want to have more evidence, and we have not run it.
Sure.
So when we come here, all three of us, Reggae Dub Scene, Melting Pot, and Mystic, all three of us match data together in terms of how we gather. Investigate upon source information that we have gotten. We don't come out, and we will never do that. But if it happens that if we have some information that we tested and did not fully get all, and someone in our chat, because we tell you we have many of the people who follow us, they are intelligent people, brilliant minds. Many of them who follow us, brilliant minds. And when we speak something that is not 100% in sync, they in the chat will also respond and say, Mystic, at this.
Sure.
And guess what? If you are a prudent person, you will listen and take heed to correction. We are not too big. We are not more brilliant than anybody else. But we study to show ourselves approved. And when we come and we present something, so that's why we are here, and we can rebut Mark Shield and tell him, go back to the pit of hell where you came. You can't sugarcoat nothing around us up, Andrew Honest. You can't pass we around us up. Yes, 100%. We make sure we do our work. So then if what we are saying and we are wrong, then why don't you sue us? Why don't you do that? Eh? We're no better than nobody else. We're no bad money. We only speak truth. So when we speak something, if you know that we are lying, bring us in the court. That's where we want you to take us into the court. So when we say that Dushian Savadia is the face of Andrew Holness, tell Andrew Holness to come out and disapprove us, saying that we are lying. Dushian Savadia rinsing money for the Jamaica Labour Party, and we not take back that.
No, we're not taking it back, Sir Byron.
What we put out there is a seed to germinate and bear fruit. People, you are going to see that this, what we are saying, is going to come to light. When we tell them that they're going to have to dismantle CTAC The commissioner of police tried to hold it out because he's asking himself, how put them get them information from, man? Eh? Put them get them information from.
You see what I say?
And when we tell him, we talk to him before him force harder coming out. So when Mark Shield coming out and make it look like, say, and the United States pressure them backside because of the cocaine with them teeth. You can't sugarcoat nothing around us, Mark Shield. You can't sugarcoat nothing around us, Mark Shield. Can't. And it is 2:40 now. I have to give Melton Pot the 20 minutes to close. Right? So I put off them treating you. We will catch them Friday morning and you have Friday evening with Mystic Sensation. But 20 minutes, you know Melting Pot. I have to give Melting Pot the 20 minutes to close out. Melting Pot, close with you.
Yeah, my brother. And I mean, you just relate certain things to the people, man. 100% factor. And several hours we do on the tablet them and everything, all the machinery them we have. Go through and research. Yeah. One particular document took me over 4 hours last week. Yeah. So the work we bring coming up, a solid work. Yeah, no play work. Because this is not a mouthpiece thing where we run here, so this have to bring back and restore order in a Jamaica and expose the people who is at work dealing with corruption. Yeah. So our thing have to be solid, very solid. You understand? And that is why, I find it so heartrending to know that Jamaican people, most of them still, they're at the back of the class, who want to come at the front of the class, man. Yeah? Because the good teaching is round here. Yeah? Excellent teaching around here. Now, I can't tell anybody, we get the report about CETA being dismantled. Long time before them start to talk about it in the space with Jamaican people. Yeah? And as Byron said, when we knock them with it, them tremble. And them ask themselves the question. But we always tell them, so we never beside them. Now have to say not more. You understand? When Mark Shield come out and I defend, yeah, how much Jamaican people now embrace the policing we are going in Jamaica, he is lying. Everybody is afraid of the police. Well, I don't know if Mark Shield asleep, yeah, if up on the land of Jamaica or out in the sea of Jamaica, in our territorial water. And then we have them yet asleep out. I don't know. But if him up on the land, he must know about Romario Sterling. He might know about Javon Farkas. Yeah? He might know about Junior Patrick Bailey. He might know about Gabriel King. He might know about Barbara Gill. He might know about several of these murder with the man them committing at the place and solve, but can't solve. The man know about the high level of corruption as it relates to tax. Yeah? So him knows so them think they couldn't breach in the UK when born. And we expect if a man leave from the UK and come to the Caribbean, whichever island him come, and decide to enter into public life, come with the first world solution. Don't come join the clan. Because you see, well then, boy, milk and honey flow down at Jamaica, you left, you abandoned the UK. Now, if you ask all of the people in the UK, which country them prefer between, if you ask all of the people in Jamaica, which country them prefer whether Jamaica or the UK, right now them want left Jamaica come to UK. Because them a come look life, and them even go back and enjoy the sunshine, but no life, no there Jamaica for them. Yeah? The massive would have want to come to UK. So I can't see why Mark Shield, yeah, I know they come at Jamaica, yeah, to come serve as a commissioner, yeah. Your time up, why you not fly back and come at UK? You take root in our country, married, get kid, you abandon the United Kingdom, which is a bigger society, with a wider economy, with more opportunities, yeah, more university, yeah, Oxford and Cambridge, you know why you them attend Oxford and Cambridge, or even Aston University, eh? But you just plant yourself in our country, wrap yourself around the corruption because you did enough and them bribe you with the drugs money, all type of money, yeah? And you now find yourself as speak on behalf of a corrupt government, saying that the current JCF, the citizens have confidence in this current administration than previous. What can go so? So we know butter rub on your mouth, butter rub on your hand, all your back pocket them grease up with butter. Yeah? Because if you, hey, this is why I tell Jamaican people, you know, them guy I know them I say I know so them can't say it, you know, because them know them protected. This is where them live. For them youth now in a danger, you know. Because I have 2 youth. But the current state of affairs in Jamaica as it relates to police killing ghetto youth. Female youth them don't fall in that category. They are not in the ghetto. And their skin color, police turn them eye when them see them and steer steadfast on the real black Jamaican. Destroy them, mash them up, plant gun on them, mash up all in them house where them live. Yeah, look how them did go in that young girl house 2 Christmas ago. Yeah, and turn it upside down. She never have a Christmas. Yeah, we come out of that. Mark Shield, you know that couldn't happen in the UK. You must have seen that video footage. But I guess you don't feel the pain of the ordinary Jamaican. Yeah, because you're not our friends. I can tell you that. You're garbage where you come out and put out. Yeah, no Jamaican want to even have anything to do with you. Right now, many Jamaican parents who are mourn for them kids, yeah, them one son, them daughter, them husband, them not like you enough where you come out come say, you know. Because you not feel them pain. I remember, you not do nothing with them, but and come tell lie to protect our government that is oppressing the people. Yeah, because you're Emily Shield, yourself and your 2 kids are well protected by the state. And they don't have to mingle across the length and breadth of Jamaica. We are just confined to the hills of Jamaica. How they look down for the people them and scan them. So we are set to you, Mark Shield. Yeah? Leave a place, man. Lift up, man. And this not do with nothing name where you're going to call no racism, you know. We just not see you as somebody to be part of our society. You are too lie. You are too pugnacious with your lie. And we have to call a spade a spade. Or you going to come out and defend a police force that finds itself in hot water with DEA, drug enforcement agent. Eh? Tell me. On what basis now you can lend your support behind this current JCM and the man in charge, the commissioner, Gugutu? You tell me, because I am left in a world of frenzy, trying to comprehend. Yeah, me head a spin. Me can't comprehend. Me in a world of frenzy. As to your statement, some want to know, was it a paid, you know, visit? You get paid to come out, come talk to the public. Because you're not tired to talk to nobody in Jamaica, you know. You're not a diplomat in Jamaica as far as concerned. Yeah? So me don't know how you run out and make them speech. It shows who you align yourself to. And you cannot be trusted. Yeah? Because Emily Shield, she put herself up front. Everybody know who she vote for, who she bad for, who she speak for. Them know the party she aligned to. And here it is now, you come and support her. Eh? Here it is, I just choose certain things now reach you know. You see, if one of your youth becomes a statistic crime number in Jamaica, you that say something else. You that say something else. But when you left United Kingdom, come seek safe haven in Jamaica, they are high hill. Remember UK flat. So it's amazing how you can dip on a high pedestal hill. Yeah? And you safe up there. Based on how you know the country run, or the society has been segregated. And you know, ghetto people now cross certain border come out of there. Because them afraid them get gunshot. So I'm not going to shoot them if you don't see them up there. This is how you create for a dynasty for living in. Yeah. Ghetto youth, as a matter of fact, that even strange vehicle can drive through them places. Police depend them case right away. So you can imagine ghetto youth a walk through Pune place, which is the same part of Jamaica, but them no privilege. This is how we are said to the ghetto youths them and the ghetto mother them and father. You know no privilege in Jamaica. There's certain place that you know barred from. Yeah. You know can't venture into them places, but at Jamaica same way, you know. Me there UK and me can go anywhere. Drive me car go anywhere. Take the train go anywhere. You understand? If Buckingham Palace me can go. All me have to do is take the time out and go down there go join the crowd. So me don't know where I'm going in Jamaica. I don't know where I'm going in Jamaica, you know. And when I see my people, them still a hold on for labor right. Government and feel say are the best government. I go and tell you something. You see me and Matley. You see how she preserve democratic socialism in the Caribbean. It's a blessing. It's a blessing because many Caribbean leaders are aligning themselves to capitalism. Now we know the Caribbean is supposed to be a region where black people are mixed, you know, Indians and all these things. But it's not a white predominant region. Yeah? You have the 1 and 2. And we not base this around racism, you know. But we have based this conversation on is the fact that the CIA does not and will not uprise a black society. They look at us as modern day slaves. Democratic socialism is the party that support black people and black people upliftment. Michael Manley, remember him saying, alter the balance of the black and the poor. And he has no apology in doing that. He nah make none. You understand? Yeah. I wish where Michael Manley look to the black in Jamaica. Remember one time we never have no vote. No people don't know that. The previous Manley, Daddy Manley, make sure no say black people can vote, can be a part of the society when it comes to decision makings. Yeah? Socialism in Jamaica is what drive education from nothing to something where we dominate the spelling bee in the region. Many a years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all them number there. That's how brilliant Jamaican kids was with education, turning out high volume of students with very high grade in terms of academia and skill. Because we had the Cuban them coming in, imparting their trade knowledge to Jamaican to make them better trade men and women as well. Yeah? So we know what democratic socialism represents. It represents the people of Jamaica. It represents black people, not just Jamaica, but right around the world. Michael Manley was a troubadour leader, the third world country. Yeah? And Pacific nation, 46. Yeah, including Jamaica, make 46 country. You understand? Michael Manley fought for the backside levy and introduced the IBA, the International Backside Association, so that Jamaica could benefit from one of its prime mineral. Okay? So, we know for a fact, Jamaica never built upon capitalism. Jamaica was destroyed by capitalism. So when I see people still gravitating around the Jamaica Labour Party, thinking that there is something there for them, the only thing you can get over there is handout. And the next thing, a bullet. Because this is a party that introduced guns to Jamaica. Let me tell you, people, and I know several people know that. But for the younger ones who don't know, the Jamaica Labour Party is a party that brings guns on the street to Jamaica. That decided by all means they're going to destroy the society to find themselves in power under Edward Seaga administration, backed by Ronald Reagan. Okay? So there's a lot to learn about Jamaica. There's a lot to learn about the two parties that has been representing the Jamaican. Yeah? And if we take time out to venture into certain, educational books, we'll find them. Shalman Scott report was one such, and it's documented in the New York Times. Yeah, but it tell you, even though he was a Jamaica Labour Party activist, and he still is, the truth was so much for him to bear that he have to come and spit it out. And if you look into that, you will see all, and there are several things that him left off, but it's in the New York Times, so you can still get it from here. Yeah. Remember, Seaga moved the GDP from 62%, 62.3%, and carried all the way at 260%. An increase of 315.8%. And when he did that, he had no competition. He was in charge of every single seat in the parliament, including the Senate. Yeah, under no pressure to make any decision. But what happened? That's when Jamaica deteriorate and decline to an extent where ship come and the crude oil, the captain said, nah, let have that until him get paid. Them have to run round, to collect from some private sector people and make up the money and pay the captain. Captain give them the oil and left the place. Yeah? So the situation is of such that Jamaica not benefit under Labour government. Yeah? All we do is, find ourselves in a dark place where we reuse them frequently. The man that take a friend which is part of the capitalist regime, them a make the money. Yeah, we use them a face courthouse. And after retain a look liar, retain a feed them too much. And then them still sink them. It's a system that is so bad in Jamaica. It begs us to believe. It begs us to believe. When will black people get recognition in Jamaica? Remember, we come up on Kulaga beaches, anywhere across the country. Yeah? Make trip. Gar beach. Can't do that again. You make a trip to Gar beach, you don't have no permit to go on the beach. So you make a trip to just go out to the country and see the scenery of the land, trees them. You can't see the beach, them fence off that. No, so we are going, my people. My people is so bad that right now we don't even know how much of our sovereignty we have left back. Because we have a compromised leader. And Donald Trump is making a mockery out of him. Mockery. Yeah. But when we look on the linkage between the leader and Donald Trump, I know who Donald Trump is. I go and tell you something. When Donald Trump sending him troops them go flat down a Gaza over there, you see how quick him put up an animated AI thing I show you what Gaza will look like, casino, and nightlife and this, that, and book up. Yeah. Go down to Venezuela over there. America control back the island. Even though them give it back to this woman and all. But we know the deal was struck. Because them now go make it look obvious like and them do the sales and transaction. But them benefit from just getting rid of Nicolas Maduro and his wife and put who them want put there. You understand? When Donald Trump intervened in the war between Russia and Ukraine, here the first thing he asked for, a certain percent of Ukraine mineral. Donald Trump is going around the world and taking away people's sovereignty. That's why I'm saying make America great again. And I wonder, why am I make America great again when I do something to destroy the American economy? No, it's getting a lot of things from other countries into America. And remember, Donald Trump is a guy who liked to manifest his word. And the mongrel have this term, him can't do another term. So look on the havoc with Donald Trump have a reap across the places them where him set him foot. Anywhere him set him foot, him have to get things. So we know the extradition order upon the DPP desk. Yeah, we know that for a fact. And we don't see no motion or move towards the request of the expedition order. Maybe them doing some negotiating as we speak. Okay, Donald, what about if we give the cockpit country? You know, some mineral up there, you know. I don't know if them want it to get to China. But them two countries there, the eagle and the dragon, them offer me those type of things, mineral. Yeah, especially China. Because that make them mobile phone and thing. Yeah. So we have to be concerned over where we're going to the country and the Andrew Willis administration. Because this guy, it's alleged, Babal in-law, where known drugs done. Him himself, it's alleged, involved in it. Yeah. And we see the sign. So we are asked the question now. If him touch the SWIFT system with him $700,528 US. Now the Citibank via checking account. Yeah, when him claim say a Jamaican currency. You think if certain deal never go and Donald Trump to come lift up that long time?
All right,
remember when you touch the SWIFT system, you know?
What? Use another minute to close because remember, so we have to come back to on Titan.
Okay, me never realize. Yeah, let me just wrap up this, Sir Byron. Yeah, remember, you know, you see when you touch the SWIFT system, FBI come for you, you know. FBI come for you. Arrest the case. All right, Sir Byron. Yeah, man. And people remember a little more from now on over the Titan today.
Titans, yeah? Titans. All right.
We get more of these riveting information. So come tune in to the Titan.
Yeah, once again, I want to say big thanks to Pat. Always, you understand? Trust me. Always there. And for all of my subscribers, all my listeners, and all the people who tune in, who continue to keep us alive. Remember, it is not about us. It is you who putting and pushing the energy for us to go on. So we are saying thank you. We appreciate you and continue to support, right? And we continue to provide the strength, right? The education, and we will never leave our people alone, right? Until we get rid of this kleptocratic government. Bless up my people. Wow, good. See you on the Titans. Blessings. All right.
Safe travel on the gravel. They might have to know that.
Wife, all right. Blessings.
Yeah, man.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and he's a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right kind of stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.